So Autonomous Mining Working Group is one of the most active and participated working group within GMG. And thanks to all of you guys, I can see nearly 70 odd people joining today, which is excellent. And that gives us more courage saying, yes, we are on the right track. We are doing something right. So this working group's the main focus is to assist the industry, mining industry, because when we started in this group, I think 2015, 16, automation or autonomous trucks were just rolling out, and a lot of unknown things for mining industry of how to install, how to implement, what to look out for, what the technology is going to do. So this group has got a lot of subject matter expert participating in it, and we got coverage from nearly a lot of mining companies as well, OEMs, which is excellent, as well as the regulator. So all three parts or parties come together, which is definitely a good thing, because that means we are catering for every sides of it. We are taking into account all the views from different parties, not just one-sided view. That is the main crux of all those GMG guidelines, is that it has the views from all the parties and everybody agrees to that, which is sometimes it's hard to agree, but we do get a very common ground. It's sometimes becomes tough, but no, but everybody plays with the right intention, and that helps. Next slide, please. So as I said, when we started, there was a lot of autonomous systems are rolling out, and not very sure what to look out for. Now, the current focus area is on operations readiness. So that is a very key aspect of before you implement your autonomous system, what are the things you should look out for? And then once you implement, what are the things you need to look out for and the operations? And the other third main aspect is the safety, how you look at safety, how to evaluate the safety. Is it a functional safety, or is it a system safety, or what type of safety? Is the safety case applicable for mining industry, which is bread and butter for the petroleum or chemical industry, but for mining, which is just blasting and, blast, crush and ship. That's what we do. Some processing involved, but not much. And the last aspect is the autonomous led design. So if we are bringing in more and more automation, I'm intentionally using the word automation, how we're going to manage it. Because people have to understand there is not much, or maybe there is a lack of clarity in terms of, is it autonomous or automation? There are differences. What we got currently is mainly automation, because it goes from A to B, for example, autonomous trucks. Autonomous means it has the brain, decides, it can do a lot more. Doesn't need to worry about the command coming from the central or waiting for the central server to tell them. But that's my spill on it. Next, please. Next slide. So as I said, Autonomous Working Group has been very, very active. The first guideline we published was in April 2019. That was for implementation of autonomous systems in mining. And just correct me if I'm wrong, Heather. I think this has been translated into what, more than 10 languages or something?
I think pieces of it have been translated into more than 10 languages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So what that means is it has got very wide acceptance, and it has got some good information in there, which people like to translate and use for their own implementation of autonomous system. At that time, it was the first version. Now it's time for review. I'll talk about it later in this meeting. So next one, when we were developing this guideline, there was a talk about how to evaluate safety. And that's how we decided, okay, people were talking about functional safety, but does it apply to autonomous system or for the whole trucks or auto drills? And because of that discussion, the industry requirement, we came up with the working committee to develop a functional safety guideline. So first was implementation. So out of that came the functional safety. And I think that also received very well. We had a very good uh, support from OEMs, regulators, which I'm really thankful to them because that made the document really useful for every party. And when we were developing that the functional safety guideline, there was a talk about what about the system safety? Because it's functional safety is, as you all know, or mostly most of the people would know, it looks at a very small area. And then we came to the conclusion that we need to look at system safety. And that's how the system safety white paper was prepared. And now the next step is preparing a guideline, which Carlos will talk about later.